Okay, so let's get in a nice, comfortable, seated position. And we're going to begin with first opening up with one Om. So sitting nice and tall, I want you to take your hands and place them on your thighs. And let's root our thighs down onto our seat or the floor. And take a deep inhale and lengthen up all the way through the crown of the head. And let's take another deep breath. Deep inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, let's make a long sigh. Ah. Letting everything go. And let's bring our hands open, opening our hearts. And let's bring our hands in front of our hearts and we'll open with one Om. Let's take a deep inhale. Oh. Softly bowing your head towards your heart. And just take a moment to set your own personal intention for your class today. Planting your intention deep in your heart. And if you like, you can offer your class to a loved one, or you can offer the class to your very own heart. Open your eyes. Welcome, everybody. I am always honored to be here with you for Love in the Trenches. My name is Prema, and I welcome those of you who are also watching the recording and those of you who are live with us. I offer teaching my class to my child who I lost from fentanyl poisoning, and to all of our children that are no longer in this world, and to the ones that are still with us and that suffer from substance use disorder. So let's just take a moment, place our hand over our heart, and connect to our love and send our love out to all of our loved ones. Let's take a deep inhale. And exhale, send your love to your loved ones, no matter where they are. Trusting, knowing that they are receiving it. This is my deep hope and wish for all of us as we move through the practice. Today is to connect to our heart. The theme for today's class is to make space for grace. And for me, this means to connect to the love that is deep in my heart and to move forward in my life from that place, a step at a time. And sometimes it's even a breath at a time. I have experienced again and again through the practice of yoga, making space for grace. I connect more to my heart, more to my loved ones, and I have more space around my concerns and circumstances to be guided from this deep inner wisdom that bubbles up when there's more space to move forward with love. A perfect example of this is this morning, actually. I taught my yoga class. I teach a Sunday morning yoga class here in Sweden. For those of you in New York, that's 6 hours ahead of you, and on the West Coast, that's 9 hours. So a dear friend and student of mine shared with me after class that the theme of connecting to our heart, which was the theme this morning too, it was especially powerful for her today because she had experienced a lot of heartbreak. And she is a therapist. And even though she does work with others with substance use, she has a lot of heartbreak around her son, who has struggled for many years and also with mental illness. And she shared with me that she holds a lot of fear around her heart because of this. And she recently got a call from the doctor that she has heart disease and needs to get a pacemaker, he said, right away. I mean, her instant reaction was fearful. No, I can't do that. She was so afraid. And she said no. She told her son what the doctor said. And her son said to her, Mom, you can look at this a different way. Instead of looking at this as a pacemaker, look at this as a peacemaker. And with that, she changed her attitude and she chose to face her fear, and she's scheduled for her surgery Tuesday. And then she said she's planning on coming to class Sunday. So we'll see what happens if she's ready for that. But her story just inspired me and reminded me to trust that love in our heart and to trust our loved ones. The wisdom from her son gave her the courage to face her fears and to move forward with love, healing her own heart, gaining a peacemaker. I just love that. So today we are going to focus on that deep connection in our own heart. And I love that analogy of peacemaker, sometimes we're so caught up in our fear, and we need to create the space, making space for grace to create some more peace, to become a peacemaker is the intention for today's class. So we'll begin with a couple of deep breaths. Let's open up our hands, open up our hearts, and let's take a deep inhale. I want you to interlace your hands and stretch the palms all the way to the sky. And then exhale, let's pull the belly in and stretch the hands away, breathing out the breath. Deep inhale, stretching the palms up. Exhale, releasing the breath. Pull the belly in, press the hands away. Inhale, reaching up. And one more time, pressing the hands away as we round forward, pulling belly in, arching your back like a cat. Inhale, let's rise up. And let's take your hands to the sides. So inhale, one hand up and over to one side. Stretching. I want you to feel your left sit bone on the earth as you stretch all the way through the fingertips. Inhale, let's come up and over to the other side. Keep rooted in your sit bones as you stretch and reach the fingertips out. I want you to stretch your hand and swoop it around the body and come to the other side. And let's move with the breath. Inhale, stretch, and then sweeping a big circle, bringing your hand to the other side. We're going to do this a couple times. Stretch and reaching the hand out in front of you for a big half moon. Inhale, the other side. And you can feel the skin and the muscles stretching over the ribs. We're going to create some space here for our lungs for when we do some deeper breath work. So inhale, reaching and stretching over to one side and swooping the hand over. We're going to do this one more time. Inhale, reach and stretch. Come back to center. And let's take one hand behind the head. And I want you to pull your chin towards your chest. Breathe. And bring your head up. And let's take your hand to the side of your head and gently stretch your head towards your shoulder here. Very gentle stretch. So remember, no pain. If you just come to your edge and breathe, if you feel any pain, and then soften with your exhale. Take your hand behind the head and now take your chin towards your shoulder. And you can feel this nice opening in the neck, in the trapezius, all the way down, maybe even to your shoulder blade. Breathe. Inhale up. Let's do the opposite side. Let's take the opposite hand behind the head and let's bring the chin to chest. Deep inhale and a long exhale. Breathe it out. Inhale up. Take your hand to the side of your head very gently with your fingers, drawing your head over to the side. Breathe. Now let's take the hand behind. You're just like at the bottom of the skull here as you draw your chin towards your shoulder here. And feeling a nice stretch from the base of the skull, the occiput, down the neck, through the trapezius. I can feel it moving, stretching all the way down my arm. Inhale, and let's come up and release that hand. And just move the head back and forth a little bit here. Beautiful. So we're going to use the chair today. I think everybody probably has a chair, so have it off to the side. If you're sitting on a chair, let's come to the floor. Have your chair off to the side. We will be using it. First, we're going to come onto all fours, hands and knees. Now let's take a deep inhale, softening the heart, softening the belly to the earth. Exhale, rounding the back like a cat. Press your hands into the earth, chin to the chest. Full exhale. Inhale, softening the belly and the heart to the earth. Exhale, pull the navel in, press hands into the earth, arching the back up like a cat. So let's do a couple more rounds in your own rhythm. Breathing in, softening belly to the earth, exhaling, pulling the navel in and arching the back like a cat. Couple more rounds. Moving breath and body together. Finish with your last exhale, breathing out, arching your back up like a cat. And now come to a neutral spine. And let's make the knees wider and bring the toes together. Walk your fingertips out. I want you to walk your fingers like spiders out in front of you and lifting the shoulders up towards the ceiling, softening the head towards the earth. So your hips are still up in the sky. They're not on the heels yet. And this is a beautiful, it's called a puppy pose. If you happen to have a dog or a cat, you've seen them stretch like this. It can be a very delicious stretch, walking the fingertips forward. Now imagine your hips are being pulled back as you lengthen through the spine. Feel the lengthening underneath the arms, through the armpits. Let the forehead rest on the earth now. And then let the hips come back to the heels. And let the hips be heavy on your heels. And softening to the earth here for a couple of breaths. Take a deep inhale to the back body, expanding in the back body. And exhaling, softening, blowing it out. Another deep sigh as you release. So on the next breath, I want you to walk your fingertips over to the right side so that you are draped, your whole torso is draped over your knee. And then allow the body to lay over the right knee. And you can take one hand and place it on top of the other, the left hand on top of the right. and have a beautiful stretch on the whole left side of the body. And breathe. Let's walk the hands over to the opposite side. Stretching your torso over the knee, walking fingertips out, right hand over the left here. Feel the stretch on the whole right side of the body. And now let's walk the hands back to center here. Forward bow, and let's inhale and come to all fours. So when you come up, bring your hands to your hips, and let's take the right, first we're going to take the right leg out. And take your right hand right above your right knee. So you don't want to put pressure right on your knee, right above or below the knee. And we're going to stretch up with the opposite arm and over towards the right side here. Lift up in the heart here a little bit. Maybe you can gaze upwards towards the sky, towards your hand. As you stretch and reach, take a deep inhale. And then exhale. Let's switch. Take your hands to your hips. And we'll take the right knee in, the left leg out. Find your stability. And if your mat is too hard, you can always put a blanket underneath your knees, to soften. So let's take the left hand, remember above the knee or below. Inhale, right arm up and reach to the sky with a deep inhale. And exhale over to the opposite side. And you can feel a beautiful stretch from the right knee all the way up across the hip, through the ribs, through the arms. Gaze upwards if you can, gazing up, heart expanding towards the sky. And let's bring that hand down. Bring the knee in. I'm going to take their hips and sit them over to the left side of your feet, and the right side, your feet are over to your right side, hips are to the left. And if this is a little awkward for you, or if you have any pain in the knees, you can take a pillow and place it underneath your left sit bone here. And we're going to do a seated twist. Left arm, reach it. So we're going to reach up to the sky. I want you to create some nice length in this whole left side of the body. And then twisting from your core, your right hand to your left knee, and reach the left hand behind you. And see if your hand fingertips can reach the earth. Then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twisting from the belly. Keep the neck relaxed here. Inhale, lengthening up. And exhaling, twisting from the belly. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, twisting. Now we're going to take this twist a little deeper. So let's walk our hands over to the left side here. And maybe you can come to your elbows and bow forward. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale and exhale, softening forward. If you can't come to the elbows, maybe you're on your hands for just a little deeper twist here. Walking the hands back. And we'll shift sides. Right hip. Our hip comes out to the right of our feet. The feet are to the left. You might want to use the pillow underneath your right buttocks. And now we're going to extend the right hand up like a big backstroke, reaching, and then take the fingers to the earth here. I want you to keep this right shoulder rolled up and back. So to create some opening here in the heart and chest. Left hand to your right knee. Inhale, lengthen up. And then exhaling, pulling the belly in and twisting from the core. Inhale, lengthening. And exhale, twisting. Inhale, lengthening. Exhaling, twisting. Twists are very good for the organs, good for the belly area, the hips, where we hold so much emotional energy, gets stuck there. And keep breathing. So let's walk our hands over to the right now. So you can maybe be on your palms like this, and you can feel this deep twist, or come to your elbows. Bow forward, softening the head forward. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. With a deep inhale and exhaling, softening into the twist. Use the hands. And let's come back up. Walking ourselves up. And let's take the pillow to the side. So we're going to come onto our backs. Have your strap nearby. Bend your knees. Walk your feet close to your hips here and press the elbows into the earth. Active fingers to the sky, like jazz hands. Active hands. Your feet are hip width apart, and you're gonna press the elbows into the earth, and I want you to lift your heart. And with the next breath, press your feet into the earth and lift your hips. And we're going to move this is our bridge pose. We're going to have an active bridge pose. So we're going to move our hips. We're going to drop the hips, but I want you to keep the heart and the chest lifted. So let's drop the hips to the earth, keeping the chest lifted. This is very good for strengthening the lower back and opening up in between the shoulder blades and behind the heart. Inhale, let's lift the hips. Press elbows into the earth and lift in the chest a little more. So let's take an inhale, lift in the chest. Exhaling, dropping the hips, but keep the chest lifted. Inhaling, lift the hips. And lift the heart a little more. Press the elbows into the earth and expand in the heart space a little more. Exhaling, lowering the hips, but keep the heart open and lifted. One more time. Inhale, press elbows into the earth. Lifting the hips and expand in the heart space. Now this time, I want you to press the back of your head into the floor. Lift your chin a little bit. Press elbows into the earth and inhale, expand a little more in the heart and feel the back body expand, feel the heart space expand. And now exhaling, releasing the hips. Release the shoulders down. Take your right hand to your heart, left hand to your belly. And then let your knees fall over to the right side, and you're going to gaze to the left. I want to bring the hands up overhead. And with your left hand, grab your right wrist, and you're going to gently pull the right wrist over to the left, making this a nice, beautiful stretch. The hips all the way up into the shoulders. Let's take a couple of breaths here. You can close your eyes and focus on the breath, bringing your awareness to the breath. If you want to make this twist a little deeper, you could take your right foot and place it on top of the left knee or thigh. And then you can feel an opening even more so in the left hip area. We'll take another deep inhale and exhale here. Breathing the deep inhale. Exhale, let's let out a big sigh. Ah. And release the legs and bring the knees back up. And we'll let the legs fall over to the opposite side. So if your feet are together, I want you to make your feet almost as wide as your mat and then let the knees fall over to the left side. It helps to create more opening in the hip area, and it's better for the lower back. Now you're going to switch hands. The right hand will pull the left wrist and feel that opening deep. You're going to feel it on the right side, also along the left side of your body. Now here you can take your left heel and place it on top of your right thigh or knee if you like, for a deeper twist. And bring your awareness to your breath. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Sigh it out if you like. Stay here for a few more breaths. So you might feel this deep in your right hip area and the lower back. This is a very good posture to help release lower back pain. It also reaches a very deep muscle called the piriformis, which is deep in the abdomen. So you might feel a stretching deep in your belly area. And with the next breath, release the legs and bring them back up to center. Release the hands. I want you to bring your knees in. We're going to rock back and forth here a little bit. Rocking in a comfortable way. You can do circles with your knees. Good. Now squeeze the knees in and have your strap nearby because we're going to use it. So your left leg, you can either have extended or the foot placed on the earth. You're going to take the right leg and extend it to the sky. Interlace your hands behind the leg. Press your thigh into your hands as you reach the foot up to the sky. Beautiful. So let's do some circles with the top foot. Circles in one direction. And circles in the opposite direction. Bend the right knee. You're going to take the strap and place it underneath your foot. And press the foot into the strap as you stretch the leg up to the sky, opening up the back of the leg. See if you can squeeze the muscles, activate the muscles above your knee. That will help the leg to feel more integrated and safer to open up. Stretching the foot up towards the sky. Holding you're pulling your strap towards you, and let's take a little bend in our knee. Let's draw the knee towards the right shoulder, like in a half happy baby pose here. Opening up deep in the hips. Take a deep inhale, direct your breath into the hip. Deep inhale. And long exhale, blow it out. We hold a lot of stuck emotions in our hip area. So at the next breath, press the foot into the strap, stretching the leg up to the sky. Now I want you to rotate your whole right hip out. So you'll see your toes pointing out to your right. So first rotate and then let the leg open off to the right. Flexing the foot. So your opposite leg, your left leg, you can keep knee bent or straighten the leg. It's your choice. If your leg is straight and you have any pain in the lower back, then it's better to bend the knee. We'll take a couple of breaths here. Deep inhale and long exhale, blow it out. Deep inhale and exhale, blow it out. Inhale, let's bring the leg back to center. Gonna switch hands with the strap. So I want you to take a deep inhale here. And then exhale, pull the belly in and twist from the belly, allowing the leg to come across the body. So you're twisting deep, you're twisting the colon and the organs for a nice internal massage. Now press your elbows into the earth and lift your heart, just like we did when we were in bridge. Lift the heart, creating more space for a twist, and gaze over to the right. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths. Deep inhale to the heart space. Exhaling, let's blow it out. Inhale, bring the leg back up. They're going to do one more stretch, stretching the heel up to the sky. Hug the muscles above your knee. You can even check it out. Check out the muscles, stretching, reaching your heel to the sky, toes towards you, drawing the leg towards you a little more. And let's take a deep inhale. And exhaling, releasing the right leg to the earth. And let's just take a moment, keep your eyes closed here. And just notice how you feel from one side to the other. Do you feel a little more spaciousness on the right side? Does it feel warmer? It feels more fluid and spacious to me. In the same way, when we practice creating space by planting the seeds of love in our heart, it creates that practice itself. It warms up our heart space. It helps to create more ease, more fluidity. So let's take the left knee in and squeeze the knee into the chest. Have your strap nearby, and you're going to interlace your hands and stretch your thigh into your hands. Stretching the leg up to the sky. Let's do some circles in one direction, rotating your ankle, and then the opposite direction. Flex the toes towards you, heel reaches up. Now you're going to take your strap to the bottom of your foot. Stretch your foot into the strap. Stretching the back of the leg, hugging the muscles in your left leg to create integrity in this whole leg. So then you feel more safe to open up, just like in life. When we create more integrity, more strength, with our conviction, with our love, and then we're able to be a little softer. We have a nice, strong, I like to think of it, strong back, soft belly. So with a strong integrity, then we can have a softer heart, a softer belly, softer heart space. Draw your left knee in towards the shoulder, your left shoulder. Coming into a half happy baby. And again, the right leg can be extended or the knee bent. See what feels better on your lower back. Since we opened up the right leg, it probably feels good to possibly open it up. And straighten the left leg into your strap. And now we're going to rotate in the left hip. And you're rotating by directing your toes off to the left. So you feel that deep rotation and then open up the leg to the left. And then you can gaze to the right Open up the right hand. And we'll take a couple of deep breaths here. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Deep inhale. Breathing from the lower belly to the top of the lungs. And exhaling, breathing long. And one more. Bringing the left leg back. Let's switch hands. So here, hold onto your strap firmly. And I want you to lift up your shoulders and your heart to create more space for the twist and gaze over to the left. And then twisting from the belly. Let's take an exhale. Pull the belly in, then twist a little deeper. You're making some room in your organs, gazing off to the left. Breathe here. Deep inhale. Exhaling, maybe moving a little deeper into your twist. Twists are very good for the nervous system. Along with an internal massage for the organs, good for the colon. Inhale, let's bring the leg back up. So you're going to stretch your foot into the strap, maybe pulling the leg towards you a little more, just a little to your edge, no more than that. Breathe, deep inhale. Exhaling, releasing the leg. And we'll just lay on our mat for a couple of breaths, just noticing how you feel on both sides now. Maybe a little more balanced. So it's bend. We're not in Shavasana yet. It's bend the knees, bring your feet to the mat. And we're going to let the knees fall over to the left side. We're going to do some windshield wipers and then fall over to the other side. Just going back and forth at your own pace. You might move a little faster than me, a little slower than me. Now, this is a very good posture and movement for your lower back. If you're feeling some tension, if you've been sitting for a long time, this is very good to help to release in the hips, hip area and the lower back. So let's come back to a neutral space here. Grab behind your thighs and we're going to rock up. If you want to rock back and forth a couple times, you can do that here. It can feel very nice in the spine, or you can come up and wait for us. So let's do one more rock. And we'll come up. So we're going to use our chair. So I like to have the front of the legs on the bottom of my mat so that my chair doesn't slip. And going to take your two blankets to the side here. So I'm not going to use, the chair is here and it's ready, so when we need it. So I would like you to take a blanket, I'm going to show you like this, and going to roll it, or you might have a thick towel, whichever you have. So you're going to roll it into a nice fat roll. So you have this kind of roll, and this is going to go behind me. You're going to take your pillow and place the pillow at the top of that roll, okay? And then your other blanket, if you don't have another blanket or towel, it's okay. You don't have to. this back support, the blanket on the back and the pillow is the most important. But if you have another blanket or towel, I want you to make a nice wide fold like this and then roll it up. So you have a nice long roll like this. And we're gonna bring our feet together, knees wide in a Baddha Konasana. You're gonna take the roll. I'm first gonna show you this way. Take it and wrap it around your ankles, okay? And then the roll is gonna get tucked right here by your thighs. And so your roll behind you, I want you to pull it all the way in right to your buttocks. And again, the pillow is right at the top. So I have my roll wrapped around my feet, the blanket underneath, tucked under my thighs. This is a wonderful posture to help to calm the nervous system and to open up the shoulders and the heart space. So you're going to let the legs open up. And if this blanket is not enough, you can take other pillows and prop up your thighs if you need that, if you do this posture in the future. Keeping this roll on your spine right at the base of your sacrum. I'm going to roll back. Let the head might be on your roll, on your blanket still, or a pillow. It's nice to have a pillow here. I don't want your head to be hanging off the blanket so that you don't have any stress in the neck. Your neck and head should feel comfortable. And the thighs and the hips are supported as the knees are able to open up. Once you are in your posture and you feel comfortable, and the roll underneath is right along the spine so that your shoulders are able to fall to the side and you feel this opening in your chest area. So let's take your hands to your lower belly. And let's take a couple of deep breaths here, bringing your awareness to your breath. And just notice the breath coming in and out. In and out. So this posture, we've done some opening in our hips and our legs. We did some twists. We opened up in our ribs. We created more length in our upper torso, and our neck and our shoulders a little bit. So in this posture, where we are supported and held, we're going to focus on some deep breath work. Our lungs feel supported. As we lay on the earth, we don't have to support ourselves sitting up. So when you're lying down like this, you're able to even breathe deeper with less stress on the body. So I want you to feel your heaviness. Feel the sacrum on the earth. Feel the shoulders opening to the side. The back of the head is heavy on the pillow. So you feel your body heavy on the earth. and you're fully supported. You feel safe. So we're going to take 4 rounds of breath, and I will guide you. I've taught in other classes the Samavriti breath, which means evenness of mind, evenness in the body. So we're going to take a deep inhale for 4, and we'll pause at the top of the breath for 4, and then we'll exhale for the count of 4. And then on the exhale, we're going to hold for the count of 4. And we're going to do 4 rounds of this. And I'll guide you. So let's begin with the inhale. Take a breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale deep. And then exhaling, letting it all go. Let the palms open up to the sides as the back of the hands rest on the earth. And come to a normal, relaxed breath. We'll stay here for a few moments. Notice how you feel inside. Is your mind more still? As we sink deeper into the deeper waters of our being, like the deep ocean. And when thoughts come, just let them roll by, just like the waves on the top of the ocean. And the next breath takes you deeper, rooting deeper inside your heart. And if you like to use a mantra, you can use so hum. I am present. I am rooted in my heart. Inhale so. Exhale hum. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Let the shoulders open up more. Let the shoulders be heavier towards the earth. Taking the next breath and expanding in the heart space. Feel the lungs on the back body expand with your inhale. And with your exhale, feel the back of the body soften. The back of the heart soften. The edges of the heart soften. Lifting the chin a little more. Opening up the space between the heart and the throat. Between the heart chakra and the throat chakra, where so many words get stuck and feelings. Breathing into the heart area, breathing golden light. Expanding from the heart all the way up through the throat. And as you exhale, breathing out the love from your heart, out through the throat, out through the mouth, out to the world, out to your loved ones. Slowly, we're going to move. We're going to bring the knees together and then rolling over to one side. I want you to use your hands very slowly. Pressing your hands into the earth and keeping your awareness inside. Maybe you can just listen to my voice as you slowly move. And we're going to slide our chair towards us. I want you to take your blanket, moving mindfully. You're going to take your blanket and fold it in half. So it looks like this. And the other blanket. And you're going to fold it in the same way. I'm going to stack one blanket on top of the other right in front of my chair. You can have the pillow behind you for your head if you like. That's up to you. Lifting the hips up on top of the blanket, swinging the legs up towards the chair so that your sacrum is right on the blankets and it should feel comfortable. So you may want the pillow under your head or you may not. I actually prefer not to have the pillow, up to you and your neck. So do what feels best for yourself. So once you feel nice and steady on your blanket, we're going to take our knees and bend them and lift the legs to the sky. And I want you to feel heavy on your hips. I don't want you to have your legs coming towards you. Feel your sacrum rooted on the blankets here. Take your elbows, press them into the earth, just like we did when we were in bridge pose earlier. Press your elbows into the earth and lift the heart, drawing the shoulder blades onto the back. Heart is lifted. Keeping the heart lifted, shoulder blades onto the back. Open the arms up to the side with the palms towards the sky. And your legs are lifted. We're going to stay here for about 30 seconds. This is a modified shoulder stand. Shoulder stand is considered one of the king of poses in yoga because it's very good to help calm the mind and calm the nervous system. If you ever get restless leg syndrome or you're feeling anxious at night, this is a very good posture to do before bed. You can even have your legs up supported by a wall if you prefer that. We'll stay here for a couple more breaths. Let the shoulders be heavy. Hips are heavy. It's very good for circulation in the legs. This is called an inversion whenever you have your legs above your head. So now we're going to bend our knees and let the shins, our calves, and the feet lay on the chair. Relax the shoulders back a little more. Again, hips are heavy on your blanket. If you want the pillow behind your head, then you can get the pillow. I think now I prefer the pillow. Palms are open. Heart is open. Let the knees relax. Maybe they fall off to the sides a little bit. And bring your awareness back to the breath. Notice the breath coming in and flowing out. Allowing the next breath to bring you deeper, deeper to the still waters of your being, deep inside your heart. Exhaling, softening, letting go. Whatever you're holding on to, just let it go. Know that you're being held. Allow yourself to be held by the earth and creating more space in the heart. Exhaling, softening. Inhaling light, golden light into the heart space. Exhaling, softening. Whatever you're holding, don't resist it. Just allow it to be supported by the ocean of grace. Like you're floating on an entire ocean of grace. You're supported by grace. You're supported by the deep, deep love, the depths of your being, an ocean of love. Just allow yourself to stay here for a while, floating on a golden ocean of the deep, deep love that's in your very own heart. So I invite you to take a deep breath in and exhaling, blowing it out. You are welcome to stay in this position as long as you like. It is time for me to close class, so I'm going to slowly bring the knees into the chest and roll over to one side, using your hands to lift yourself up mindfully. You can sit up on your pillow or blanket if you're coming out of your posture. Otherwise, please feel free to stay in that very beautiful, deep relaxation. So once you come to a comfortable seated posture, if you're going to close class, let's bring the hands, open the hands and bring them to the heart. And we're going to close with one Om. Let's take a deep inhale. From the depths of my heart to your beautiful heart, namaste.